Welcome back to Let's Vibe Podcast, a podcast hosted by Vibe with Aid. In today's episode, we are talking about how raving changed my life as I am celebrating my 5-year rave anniversary. And I will also be sharing some of the Vibe Tribe stories as well. So get ready for a feel-good episode and let's vibe into today's episode. Happy Tuesday, you guys. Welcome back to Let's Vibe Podcast. I'm so happy to have you here. Feels good to be recording again. It's been a while since I recorded last the podcast and feeling a lot more settled into my new apartment, which is feeling really great. And yeah, everything's just been going pretty well. I'm a little hungover today, just a little bit. I experienced my first socially distanced show last night. Got a little too crazy. I was having a weird week, and I think I just drank a little bit too much. But you know what? We're here, and yeah, I'll give you guys all the updates in the vibe check. But I did want to say thank you for tuning in. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you for spending your Tuesday with me. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is the next episode, I think we're going to do another submission episode. These seem to be really fun and I don't do them enough, so I'm going to try and start doing them a little bit more. So if you guys have any stories for DJs that you've met, I wanted to do a podcast episode talking about all of them. Because I thought it'd be fun, and I think it'd also be fun to hear your guys' stories as well. I think it's because of the Festival Tales podcast that I'm like, let's do more stories and get more submissions. So if you guys have any stories about DJs you've met, I want to talk about all the ones I've met and stuff. I think that'd be kind of fun. So you can submit your stories by DMing me on Instagram. There's also a spot on my website where you can submit them anonymously. And I will link that in the show notes. And then also you can send an email to hello@Let's Vibe Podcast. So next podcast will be about DJs I've met. So send me your stories and yeah, whether it's funny, awkward, weird, who knows? I want to hear them. So I always do a listener of the week. So this is someone that has been supporting the podcast, whether they tag me on Instagram when they're listening or sharing the episode, whatever it may be. I always take note of you guys supporting me, so I really do appreciate it. So this week's listener of the week is Miller Sports 44. She goes by Melly on Instagram. And thank you so much for all the support on the podcast and just in general with Vibe with Aid. Like, I feel like you're one of the OG followers, but is always very active and engaging. So thank you so much for all the support and for tuning into the podcast and supporting the podcast and whatnot. I am sending you some good vibes on your day. So thank you for all the support. If you are new to my podcast, we do a vibe check at the start of every episode, and this is basically a way for me to check in with you guys as well as for you to check in with yourself. I get a lot more personal on these updates, and it's a good way to just kind of let you guys know what's been going on in my life and everything. Since this is bi-weekly, a lot seems to happen between the last time I record the podcast and whatnot. So how we'll start is we'll take 3 deep breaths. So inhale it in and exhale it back out. Next one in and exhale it back out. Last one in and exhale it back out. Then I'll ask the following questions and you can think in your head, journal, whatever feels good. So the first question is, how am I feeling today? Do I like this feeling? What could this feeling be trying to teach me? What could make today better, or is there a need to? What are 3 things I'm grateful for today? What could I affirm for myself for today, or a goal I can set for myself? Now I'll go ahead and share how I'm feeling, and you can ponder those questions throughout today. So today I'm feeling pretty good despite still having a headache from being hungover. Just drank a little bit too much, it happens. And as I'm getting older, the hangovers are getting worse. So I just need to reel it in. I hadn't been drinking too much because with the move and everything. And then last weekend, Chase and I did a staycation, which was really good, and definitely overdrank that weekend. I don't know what it was. I was having like a weird week mentally and stuff. And I don't know. Some stuff I got to work through, I think. But overall, I'm feeling good. Um, was a little bit slow this week, which was kind of nice because it's been nonstop all of September. Vibe with A just turned 3 years old, so thank you to everyone that sent me cute messages and everything like that. It really means a lot to have your guys' support, and it's really awesome to celebrate 3 years of Vibe with Aid, which is crazy. It's been an amazing, rewarding ride, over 300 blog posts, over 200 videos, 2 podcasts later, and we're here. So I just want to thank you for the support and everything. I celebrated that yesterday, and I also celebrated 5 years of raving. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. And yeah, everything's kind of, just going with the flow. I'm going to get back into a routine. I feel like finally that is my goal for next week, is just to get back on a routine. I feel like I've been so off a routine and just been running around like a chicken with its head cut off or something. Do I like this feeling? I'm feeling good. I just don't want to be hungover anymore. I have a productive day ahead. I need to get going. You know what I mean? It's 3 o'clock and I'm having like a little bit of a chai tea because I need to do this podcast, record a couple videos, and shoot some Instagram content. Oh, another thing that's coming up. I am going to be getting LASIK eye surgery. So for those that don't know, I am not like really bad eyesight, but like I can't see far away. So I wear contacts and I wear glasses. And so I went and got a LASIK consultation last week, and I'm going to look into getting that done. Well, not look into, I already booked the appointment. What am I talking about? So that's going to be October 10th. So I'm just trying to get ahead on content and get that all squared away, because like I can't wear eye makeup for like the week for like at least 7 days after, and like it's gonna be hard to look at screens and stuff. But I have to like work, so I'm trying to like limit how much work I have and try and get everything done. So I'm prepared for that. So that's something that's exciting that's coming. What could this feeling be trying to teach me? I need to get back to like knowing what my limits are. I think last night it was just fun to be out in a safe environment. Everything was safe, by the way, for this show that I went to. We had to be at tables, and they had waitresses coming, and you could have your mask off at the table, and then if you went to the bathroom or whatever, you could put your mask on. But yeah, I think I just need to get back to knowing my limits and get back to knowing how terrible it feels after drinking. And like, especially when I'm like, I have stuff I needed to do today. Like, I can't be hungover. So I think I just need to reel it back in and get back in a groove or something. I don't know. Things have just been a little funky, but it's okay. What could make today better is there need to, like I said, this headache just needs to go away and we'll be golden, but we'll just keep powering through. 3 things I'm grateful for today. I think number one, I am grateful for the Vibe Tribe. I'm grateful for you guys. I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for you guys, and getting to celebrate 3 years is really awesome. And so I'm very excited about that, and I'm excited for the future for that. Number 2, I'm grateful for abundance right now. There's just like a lot of abundance flowing to me. It's interesting because it's like I mentally have not been doing too hot. I haven't been feeling that great, but I've just been kind of going with it. Because I haven't been able to work out. I've been out of my routine, and yet things are still happening. Like abundance and opportunities and stuff is still flowing to me and everything. So I'm just really grateful for that. And I think it's really good reminders for myself to just keep going and take rest when I need to and stuff. Last thing, I am grateful for my body. And I say this because I haven't been feeling grateful for it in a way because I hurt my back while I was moving because I was like bending over, lifting boxes, all that jazz. And so I injured my back, which meant I couldn't work out the way I want to. So it was like the first time in I think like 5 years I actually had to take a true break from working out. Like I was still going on the treadmill, but like I don't know, that doesn't seem to give me that like endorphin feeling compared to like having a good workout doing Camp Gladiator or lifting or whatever. But I just kind of like was like, you know what, my body needs some rest. We'll just eat, fuel it the way it needs to, make sure I get up and do walks and stretching and stuff like that. So I'm feeling much better and I am grateful for my body in that sense. And I was kind of feeling like I've gained weight or something, or weight has just rearranged and stuff, which is fine. Like, we're in a weird time anyway, and so it's okay for these fluctuations to happen. And I'll just get back on it, I think it's just hard because I dedicated all of last year to fitness and my health and stuff, and I made such strides that I'm scared of backtracking. But I know enough to know that won't happen. It would take a lot for that to happen, a backtrack like that. So yeah, I'm just making it a focus to be grateful for my body and thank it every day for protecting me and for healing and all that stuff. So sorry if the lighting changes. It's a cloudy day and I didn't feel like getting the ring light out. It's hard to do lighting in this little space. I haven't quite figured it out yet if you're watching on YouTube, by the way, so sorry about that. I don't really have an affirmation for today, but I would say a goal as I'm thinking towards October. I just want to get back into a routine, like mental routine, health and fitness routine, overall daily routine. Like I just need to get back on something because then I know I'll start to feel better and like my life is a little bit together. So that's what I'm looking ahead to for October, is just finding balance and a routine. Perfect for Libra season. If you guys didn't know, Libra season just started. So I think I saw something like finding balance is like a really good thing. Taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself. So I am going to start getting a little bit more strict on what I need to do for myself. And kind of be strict in being like, this is what serves me, this doesn't serve me, that kind of stuff. So I think that is what I'm making a goal for October as we start the new month and everything. So that is it for this week's vibe check. I am going to take a quick break and we will be right back. All right, so this week's promo, I just wanted to shout out for the month of October, Chubby Wubby, Candy Diva, and Sunflower Raver, who are ravers in this community. Those are their Instagram ads. They are starting a 13 looks of Halloween, and I thought this would be so fun to share with you guys if you guys want to participate. They put up 13 looks that you can do in the month of October, and it's broken down by week. So there's 3 looks per week, and then their last one is on Halloween. So if you want to go check out 13 looks of Halloween on Instagram, you can find out all the details of the outfits and stuff. And I think if you take a photo and hashtag it, tag them, and you follow all the accounts they're following, you'll be entered to win some giveaways, which is really cool. I'll be participating in some of the days, not all of them, but some of the days. So definitely go check that out if you're wanting to get in the spooky Halloween spirit. And you can also win some stuff from some awesome brands. I think they're all small brands, which is really awesome to see. So yeah, check out 13 looks of Halloween on Instagram and find out the details for all that. So happy spooky season, you guys. It's coming. I'm excited. I love Halloween. And let's get back into today's episode. So like I said, I wanted to do this episode just because, I don't know, I felt like really nostalgic talking about raving and how it's been 5 years and stuff. I think I have a couple videos on my channel about my first rave and how I got into the rave scene, all of that. So I won't go too much into it, but basically in 2015, I went to my first event. It was Mad Decent Block Party. I have a story time about this on my YouTube channel. It was a shit show. That's all I'll really say about that. But something about the community, the atmosphere, the vibe is what got me to go to my next one, which was Decadence, Arizona 2015. And I just really fell in love with, the community. That I already loved the music, but getting to see it live was just something else. And then, yeah, the people. Everyone's just so nice and so friendly. And the way people were able to express themselves. I don't know. I just got hooked after one of them. So, fast forward to now, I've been to, I don't know how many festivals at this point, 30 something, I want to say. Rave/festivals, which is crazy, and tons of shows later. And we're here. So I kind of wanted to talk about how like raving changed my life. And then I also got you guys to submit your stories as well. So I thought it'd be really fun to read your guys' stories. And yeah, if you ever have people that are wondering about the rave community, the rave scene, stuff like that, hopefully this is a good insight to the positives of it, because I feel like there's a lot of like myths and stereotypes, misconceptions, stuff like that about the rave community. And also there's like negativity a lot of the time. So hopefully this can be a positive light on raving and the community and everything like that. So for me, I would say the way that raving changed my life, I kind of broke it down to 4 pillars. So mental health, and mentally it did a lot for me. Self-confidence, and then community and relationships, and career building. So mentally, I feel like raving changed my outlook on a lot of different things, and just like how I view myself, how I view others, how I communicate with others, how I connect with people, having a more open mind, willing to be curious about stuff. I don't know. I just feel like it tapped into a part of me that I had never like thought about really. Just coming across people of all different walks of life and having a weekend to just kind of like break free and let go and just feel like I can be myself. There's not many other experiences that can allow you to do that in a way. And so I would say mentally, it's just like allowed me to get more to me, and be more comfortable with myself, and being able to know like if this is a safe place for me to be me, you know what I mean? So mentally, it's definitely helped change my outlook on life and myself and how I view myself too, which leads to self-confidence. Like if I look at the photos from 2015 and I look at the photos now, like I don't recognize that person. I've grown a lot of ways, but I've also gotten more confident in myself, and it's kind of worked out. I joined the rave community right when I was starting my fitness journey to lose weight, because I gained like 30 pounds in college. So those kind of journeys started out similar, where I was like getting into the rave community. I wanted to be comfortable in my skin. I wanted to wear these outfits that I saw girls wearing, but I just didn't feel confident in it. And then now I've worked so hard on like self-love and confidence and all of that, to where I feel comfortable wearing like outfits now. There's still some stuff I don't feel comfortable, but that's more of like the conservative part of me doesn't want to wear that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would say self-confidence is a huge thing now. Like I have seen myself blossom out of a little cocoon, like the butterfly. I think that's why I resonate with the butterfly so much. And then community and relationships. So I got a lot closer with my friends that we started raving together and stuff. Like we've definitely bonded. The people that you go to raves and festivals with are truly like your family, and you guys really do go through some shit, you know what I mean? Like I'll never forget waiting in line at EDC 2017 in the shuttle line at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and didn't get home till 9 a.m. with my group, It's stuff like that just really bonds you, And it's also helped me meet so many new people. Like some of my best friends I've met through this community. And Also relationships. Like I've met previous partners at shows, and my current partner I met at a show. And just the connections that you can make with people are just really great, and you never know where they could lead, right? I've met so many people that just are in the industry, or they do such cool things, like they own rave brands or whatever it may be. And it's really awesome to know I have like this awesome community that I can tap into for other stuff outside of festivals and raves and stuff. Like I have friends I can go to if I want to talk to them about veganism or starting a business or fitness, whatever it may be. Like it's really cool just how this community is brought together over the love of music and festivals. So that's been really cool to watch. And then the last one, career building. I didn't think I would kind of create a path for myself, but I kind of have by being a festival content creator. When I started Vibe with Aid 3 years ago, I had no idea what I was doing, and I feel like I was kind of a part of the first group of people doing this. There was like one-off, creators doing like festival vlogs and stuff, and there was like some content on Reddit and like other people's personal websites, but I feel like I was really a part of the first group of people actually creating content about festivals and making it from a one person's perspective, as opposed to like being behind a brand or like an EDM publication or something like that. So I kind of paved this way for me, and it's been really cool just to kind of like go with it and see where it leads and stuff. And maybe it could lead to something full time. I don't know. But it's been cool, and I've been able to get a nice little side income from this, which is really great, and make connections and network and stuff like that. So I really do think that there's huge opportunity when it comes to your career if you're interested in getting into music or festivals, whatever it may be. But yeah, I've always wanted to work in music somehow. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I wanted to go to school for music business, and I got accepted to Belmont University but couldn't afford it. Got accepted to USC but couldn't afford it. And so I decided to go to Arizona State and get a marketing degree because they didn't have a music business degree. And so in school, I kind of like forgot about the path of music. And so when I graduated, I like kind of woke up and I was like, oh, like I love music still. Why did I just like not try to do anything with that? So that's where Vibe with Aid basically originated. And it's been really great to kind of figure out a way to have that passion and align it with something to help people, and then also create this platform and stuff, which has given me everything, and that in itself has been its own journey, which I talked about, lessons I've learned as a content creator in the last episode, and some other things of how I got here. Like starting Vibe with Aid truly changed my life, and that's also because I started raving, and I wouldn't have Vibe with Aid if I didn't start going to raves. So it's kind of crazy how it just kind of all falls together. Now that I'm thinking about it and like reflecting on it, it just all, came together. It all worked out, and there's still more to happen. We don't know what's going to happen after this pandemic, and we don't know how we're going to adjust and stuff, or when festivals and raves will come back. But I think having this break has been really nice to just reflect, and I really feel like I'm going to be able to come back to raving and festivals as like the best version of myself, because I have been putting in so much work in 2020. I'm tired, like last year was a big health and fitness transformation. This year is like one big me transformation. You know what I mean? Like new apartment, new car, new mindset, new eyes soon. Like stuff like that. It's just crazy how 2020 just really has shown that, So yeah, we'll see how raving kind of changes for me, but I will always be grateful for it. I always see myself going to festivals or live music in some way, shape, or form. So I owe everything to the rave community. So that is a little bit about how raving has changed my life. So now I'm going to get into your guys' stories as well. I have some DMs on my phone, and then I have a couple of emails, so I will start with the ones on my phone. So the first one I have is actually from Brit's Blossoms, which is so great. I love her. She said, I wouldn't have started Brit's Blossom if it wasn't for raving. I would still be working in the fashion industry and been miserable. Raving has given me a career where I get to be creative and be my own boss. So yeah, another thing, like I said, career building. Like I know so many people that started their own small business lines, and whether it's clothing or accessories like Brit. And yeah, I imagine that could be really great. Like this basically, I started my own little mini business, I guess, this little side hustle here too. Lynn's XO underscore said, honestly, getting into raving made me step out of my comfort zone, became more confident, make long lasting friends, and just completely be myself. It introduced me to a plethora of new things, including my hobby for my space with traveling to new places by myself, creating new memories by myself, or creating new memories with people I didn't ever think I'd create memories with, bringing my now very best friend in my life. She's literally my soul sister, and I would have never met her if I didn't go to a rave with my ex best friend. And last but not least, after I got into raving, I finally lost all the weight I'd kept on for so long. Raving changed my life with forever. Just when I was at my lowest, I found my saving grace. That's pretty similar to my story, I would say, too, you know? And you also brought up a really good point of traveling to new places. Like, yeah, I've gone to so many places. I never thought I'd go to Michigan and go to a forest, you know? Or like I've been to Atlanta. I'm trying to think of other places. I went on a freaking cruise ship, like so crazy. And I'm so grateful for that. That's such an awesome story. And I relate to you too, like about the whole weight thing. Like I lost all my weight while also going to festivals and stuff. But also learning to love my body at the same way, in the same way. So that also feels really good when you lose a lot of that weight that you've like put on from like trauma or whatever it was, you know. Emily Dell said, well, there are a ton of reasons why raving changed my life. I'm going to highlight my favorite. Feeling accepted at festivals and outfits that I created made me feel more confident in my everyday outfits that were out of my comfort zone. I can't thank the festival community enough for accepting me as I am and giving me the confidence to be myself. I love that. That's so cute. Stace Marquez, she said, I actually met my current partner at a rave through a mutual friend. We've been together 4 years now. And then her second thing is through some difficult experiences with a substance, my first 2 times at a festival, I did more research on drug safety and it led me to all these harm reduction public health orgs. Now I currently volunteer with one of the largest public health nonprofits focusing on harm reduction and found something I'm very passionate about, public health. That's awesome. That's so great. I think that's really cool that you were able to like find your passion through something that you love doing. Like in a way, I found content creating and like loving how to do that and everything. So that's so cool. These are also some other ones from, I put like a question box on Instagram. So CamCam302 said, I found my confidence, my creativity, my significant other, and all my best friends. Unicorn Fairy said, I met the love of my life. See, so many people. So cute. Bella Met says, it has boosted my self-confidence and honestly made me a whole new person. I'm so much happier and more free being myself. Also have the greatest group of friends. Yeah, getting to like rave with your friends, whether you've like known them before or you meet them, just hits different. That's what's like honestly been so sad is like normally I would go to festivals and see friends from out of state and I still haven't seen them, you know? So that's like a little piece of me just kind of like hurts right now. George ML18 said, opened up a whole new world filled with nothing but positive vibes. Yeah, the plur mentality, you guys. Plur helps so much. Smexy Val said, it helps me connect with my joy and see life from a different perspective. Sarah Shawalker, I don't know how to say the last name. I mostly discovered that I can be my true self without any judgment. Yes to that. Rachel Andrea Collection said, it helped me realize how to live life so positively and from a lens of opportunity. Yes, I agree with that so much. And like an abundance mindset. That is something that has been huge for me. BB Howell said, completely turned around my mental health. BB. Sophia Spridakis said, all my closest friends came from raving. That's so cute. Let's see if I have any other ones. Melissa Harrington said, I feel like raving has changed my life and so many others just by the feeling of pure joy and togetherness you get from being there. In today's crazy world, raves are a place where you can feel at one with people of all different backgrounds and truly be yourself without judgment. It's a wonderfully powerful feeling. Yes. Raving Emma Bean Carlson said, raving changed my life so much. It brought me and my BF, now fiance, closer together. Music was a huge shared hobby for us when we first got together. It has strengthened bonds with existing friends and allowed me to meet new friends as well. The sense of community is immense, and the music has got me through so many hard things in life. Very grateful that I found electronic music. Same. Rachel Richter said, raving has changed my life because it allowed me to truly be myself, and I've been so lucky to have found amazing friends and love of my life through raving. I also wouldn't have been able to travel all over the country without raving as well. All the feels, you guys. This is so sweet. Thank you for submitting your stories. We have some more, though. Let me pull up some emails. I think I have 3 more. So let's get into those. This is from Nicole Fontaine. She said, I was so lost in life. It's like it was dark constantly and wasn't able to figure out my next steps, or I was scared to go in a new direction in my life. I was working more than I ever have in my life, and that's all I knew how to do. I didn't know that what made me me. I just knew work, second job, come home to a very unhealthy relationship without realizing it, cry, go to sleep, start again. My girlfriend at the time listened to Skrillex, Deadmau5, Rez, etc. And I remember an ad coming up on our Insta about EDC LV 2018, last call to get your tickets. Tickets are running low. I didn't know what a rave was or really what EDC was, lol, but something finally sparked my brain and tingled my body for the first time in what felt like years. So I used all my $3,000 savings and got 2 tickets to EDC without hesitation. I know, insane looking back on it now. So long story short, I went to iHeart Raves, ordered my rave albums, we went to EDC, and it changed my life forever. Fast forward to now, 2020, I'm in a very loving and healthy relationship. I make festival-related content creation and obsessed with everything raves and festivals. My goal in life is to become a festival content creator, just like you. You're such a huge inspiration, by the way, and I'm excited for what the future holds. You can find me at centeredthroughflow.com or centeredflow on Insta and YouTube. I started getting teary-eyed just thinking about that. Just that story is just really beautiful, and you just never really know what could happen by taking that first step to go to an event. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not for everyone, and that's totally fine. But the people that it is for, you can really sense it and trust your instinct and stuff. I was at EDC 2018, so that's fun. That was a good year. That was a really good year. And yeah, I just got so in my feels. I got my period yesterday, so I'm just very emotional right now. Okay, the next one is from Aveline Schultz. She said, I do not have an elaborate story, nothing sad or helpful. Felt just normal, I guess. I've known my boyfriend since we were 14. We are now 29. We started dating 5 years ago. That's when he started getting into raves, and I didn't know much about the time, so I started to go too. Little did I know that raving is one of the biggest pets of my life. It's become my sanctuary, my sacred place, my home. It's because of the people I've met along the way, the people I connect with, the music I love to dance to, and the plur throughout the whole community that makes me feel comfortable. I've finally been able to feel myself and to feel my very best and to just be free. It's a place I will cherish forever. The community, the friends, and the music have made me a better person and changed me for the better. I don't know what I would do without raves. Well, 2020 has proved itself there, but we're making it through and being positive about the next time we'll be able to go to a show. I live in Western Canada, so we don't get as many shows here, not so many large events and big names, especially now we don't have any drive-in raves either. It's a lot harder financially for me as a Canadian to travel to the States for festivals and shows, which is why my BF and I choose 1, maybe 2 large festivals in the States to attend. And during those days, man, am I living, and I live off those feelings for the rest of the year. Thanks, Aid, for all your amazing content. You're an inspiration. Love, Dee Dee. Aw. Canada, a little Canada subscriber follower. That's so awesome. But that's so great. You guys have been dating for 5 years and you've known each other since you were 14. That's crazy, and I'm sure that's made you guys so much closer and stuff too. Especially if you guys got to discover this world together. I imagine that's just been a really beautiful journey for you guys. But yeah, I want to go to some Canada festivals sometime soon. I really want to go to Shambhala. Maybe I'll go to Shambhala one day. Or there's some other good ones I've heard of. I know Emma went to Ever After, but definitely would love to go to Canada in general. I want to travel so much more. I was I need to travel a lot more since we haven't been able to. Alrighty, and we have one more for Kylie, Virginia. This is going to be a long one. I read this email. I read the beginning of the email and then I scrolled and I was like, oh my God, there's a lot. So buckle yourselves up, but I think this is going to be a really good one. All right, so she said, hello. So this was written specifically for the Odessa fam group after Forest last year, but the content is relevant regardless. Fast forward to now, and it's the reason I started creating and making stickers to spread the love I had found. It's given me purpose. And just so you guys know, I do have her stickers here. She makes really amazing stickers, so I will put this in the show notes if you guys are interested in checking her stickers out. She makes such cute stickers. So here we go. Odessa fam, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's been a crazy few years for me, filled with so much loss and heartache and more life lessons than I'd ever imagined I'd learned before the age of 27. There were times that I never thought I'd truly smile again, especially after losing my dad at the age of 22. Thankfully, in the midst of all that pain, I found a reprieve from my broken pieces through music and music festivals, Imagine especially, and promised myself I'd always have one book to serve as my anchor through whatever else life decided to throw me. Unfortunately, they need to have one book to come up again in December 2018 with the unexpected loss of my best friend, my mom. A few days after she passed, Electric Forest tickets came on sale and I was able to score tickets before they sold out just a few hours later. With the experiences Imagine in my mind, I knew I'd be okay if I could just make it to Electric Forest. Some days I didn't know how I'd ever find a way to smile again or if I'd be able to find the strength to keep going, but Electric Forest gave me something to hold on to. Oh my God, here come the tears. My boyfriend and I arrived at Electric Forest just in time for Odessa's set on Thursday, the only set we were 100% going to see. Everyone else, we said we'd just see where the moment took us, but Odessa was a must-see. As I watched my boyfriend take in his first show at a major festival and we danced around to the songs that pulled me out of my darkest I'd ever known, Falls, the same song that hit hardest at Imagine and got me through some of the darkest moments of my life, into my favorite happy song by Odessa. I could have died in that moment and left this earth feeling complete, but I guess my story wasn't and isn't over yet. And then she puts the lyrics to Falls, which is, if you guys haven't heard that song, it's so good. And then basically it's like a song about like we all fall down and you just got to get back up and hold on tight, regardless of what you're going through. I honestly probably should throw this song on and just like cry to it today. But okay, back to the story. The next day we ventured to the hangar, and warning, this is going to sound crazy to me, I promise it all happened. We time traveled into the 70s to a party with my deceased parents via a giant peach with my boyfriend and space doggies, visited an apothecary who healed my grief, entered a secret burlesque bar, laid in a fluffy room, and learned a new language from a doggo, won the newlywed game, found a poetry club, and shared some beautifully deep moments with those around us. Shortly after, my boyfriend proposed to me while lying in the forest, pondering everything we had just experienced. It was the most magical thing I could have ever experienced. For the first time, I truly felt like I received closure with my parents' death and could picture them right next to us or throughout the forest, the rest of the time partying with us. When we woke up the next morning, we were looking at our time travel itinerary, which read, destination, the 70s, to a party with my parents, mode of transportation, a giant peach, companions are 3 space doggos, reason for travel, grief, baggage, pineapple, backpack. Suddenly, I had an idea to bring it all for full circle and repurpose of all of that pent-up grief and sadness into something positive. I had made custom designed buttons to hand out to everyone and made a bunch of goodie bags with essentials, festival enhancers, diffraction glasses, Imagine promo, candy, like food candy, and then actual candy bracelets, outfits, and more. And while I originally planned to hand them out to individuals, I decided to pack up my baggage, the pineapple backpack, extra bags I had around camp, and pineapple piñata. We filled them all up and set off for the Odessa fam group, and I wrote a letter with instructions for their mission. We were met with an overwhelming amount of love and understanding from the group, and it felt like we had just stumbled into our new family. Like they heard my soul crying out that I felt like an adult orphan without a family, and they all agreed in an unspoken way that they were going to be taking us in. I explained the significance and thanked them for taking on their mission, and walked away from camp feeling free and weightless and feeling a sense of peace and happiness that I never experienced in life up until this point. On the last day after the Odessa fam helped us spread the love of my parents and the engagement throughout gifts we brought in their memory, I finally felt like I was ready to honor my parents' lives by making them a luminary. The magnitude of it all finally caught up to me, and I couldn't hold back the tears anymore. Tears and emotions that I had buried deep in my soul found their way out and released their waterworks. As my fiance and I sat there working on it, two people walked up and hugged me and comforted me as I finished, and then gave me a gift from my family. A cluster of stones to signify that we're always connected, and then told us that they remembered us from earlier in the day at the Odessa camp. I remember thinking to myself, there's no way this is a coincidence, and walked away from the luminaries feeling refreshed and in absolute awe of just how much everything was connected. From my first experiences at a festival to what we encountered in the forest, it all finally came full circle and allowed me to leave the forest with a new sense of hope and purpose, to spread the love and magic that I've been lucky enough to experience myself, and for that I will be eternally grateful. So with that, thank you again to the Odessa fam for taking us in and celebrating the life and love of my parents, as well as the love of me and my fiance, and to everyone involved in the production of Electric Forest and all the beautiful souls we encountered this weekend. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. No words will ever be able to fully capture the role you all played in my story as a whole and this incredible chapter, but somehow I feel like you'll all just get it. XOXO, Kylie and Justin. Oh, and she put photos in this email. Oh, if you're looking on YouTube, there's the pineapple backpack, the buttons, luminary. Oh. So if you guys don't know, there's luminary bags at Electric Forest that you can like put to a loved one, and so she has one for her parents. This whole story I'm like so emotional over. Sorry guys. That's like such a special story and such a good feel good note to end on. And just, I've heard other people experience grief, and they've been able to use the festival and rave community as a way for healing. There's obviously other ways that could be, healing could either be a negative way, but I feel like when you rely on people in the community and your friends and family and stuff, it definitely can help you get through some dark times with that stuff, So that's such a really beautiful story, and it just goes to show like the power of Electric Forest. For some of that stuff I read, it might not make sense, but if you guys go to Forest and the hangar, there's like a bunch of activities and shenanigans you can get into. So that's what she was talking about there. But Electric Forest is one of my favorite festivals, and I know it definitely has a lot of magical powers for a lot of people, and a lot of magical stories for some people too. So I feel so good after that. I want to like cry and just like be so grateful and like But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. This was a really great, awesome episode. Definitely love reading your guys' submissions, so thank you to everyone that submitted. Next episode, we're going to be doing DJ stories. So I'm going to talk about all the DJs I've met. And if you guys have met any DJs, feel free to DM me on Instagram or shoot me an email, hello@vibewith8.com. And we'll read all those stories. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I will see you in the next episode. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you so much for vibing with me today, and I will see you in the next one. Stay vibey, Vibe Tribe. Bye.